Guys, are y'all noticing a lot of the prepper channels are getting kind of ill and yelling at their subscribers and things? I happened to watch Canadian Prepper yesterday. Somebody sent me, said, "Hey, you need to watch this." He was essentially telling his subscribers just to leave. He didn't care. And they were blasting them about, "Hey, you're always wrong with your predictions here. You've been saying that 24, 48, 72 hours we're going to be in World War III, SHTF's going to happen, the world's going to end." Every 2 or 3 weeks he puts a video out like that. And he essentially told his people, if you don't want to watch it, his subscribers, if you don't want to watch it, just leave, right? Unsubscribe. Got kind of ill at him. It was kind of funny to watch because they were actually calling him out on his BS. Now, of course, he's still saying that Trump's going to cause the nuclear war now with Russia. A lot of the other channels are starting to warn you that there's going to be attacks. There's going to be attacks on U.S. soil. Let me tell you something. I've told you this before. Common sense tells you that we live in a very dangerous time, right? Very dangerous. Anything could happen any day. You need to be prepared 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365, 366 on leap year, right? That doesn't mean you need to sit around and just be shaking and looking around, panicking what's going to happen, because I've told you when something happens major, there's nothing we can do about it. All we can do is react to it. That's it. That's it. That's the honest truth. And a lot of people don't tell you that on YouTube. They don't tell you that all's left for us to do is react. If nukes start flying, we didn't push the button, right? And if we get a warning or told that they're coming, which I still don't think we ever would, there's nothing we can do but react to it. We can't put our hand up and say, "Wait, stop. We don't want that. Stop," right? It's very important to be prepared. Now, one thing I will tell you, I thought some craziness would happen when Trump won, right? I told you, I was amazed that we knew that night or early the next morning who won. I figured it would take weeks for them to know. I figured they'd start suing each other, and it makes you scratch your head, right? Like, what's going on? A lot of people say, well, the American citizens, they've had enough. They stood up, they voted, they got the man they wanted in there, right? But it was too easy, right? It was too big to rig. You've heard that saying, right? There was like 20 more million votes in the last election. Go read on it, do your math, and figure out what happened between then and this election. Where was them votes at? If you take the pandemic into consideration, they still don't come up to 20 the people we lost during the pandemic, right? 20 million. But nothing happens, so now you're having prepper channels on here trying to scare you about everything, right? That this is going to happen, that's going to happen. There's nothing we can do. All we can control is what's right in front of us, and a lot of times we can't control that. You understand what I'm saying, right? We can't control every situation we're in. You need to be prepared. Now, what does being prepared mean? You need to be able to, if something happens, you can take a second or a minute and look around and be like, okay, yeah, I understand what's going on. This is how I'm going to deal with it, right? Now you're in where you really need to be mentally prepared at all times for something to happen. That doesn't mean to sit around and panic and think if you go to the store something's going to happen or anything like that, right? It's getting to the point where if you watch a lot of the YouTube preppers, a lot of the larger channels, they're all the time telling you if you go outside, something's going to happen. Or this is going to happen. The ones that get me is the 24, 36, 72-hour stuff. They have all this inside information that they get, right? They're getting inside information, something's going to happen. And then nothing does happen. Or it does happen months later, right? But yet they can't pinpoint when this stuff's going to happen. I've told you, if somebody is high up enough in the military, the government, whatever, they're not going to be telling YouTubers top secret information. They're not going to be doing it. They're not. What you're having happen here is maybe someone that was used to be high up in the military, right? Let's say they were a general. Okay, well they're retired out now. Maybe they know a YouTube prepper, and they're like, well, this is what happened. This is what it looks like going on to me. Now they don't have firsthand knowledge of what's going on, right? They're just saying this is what it looks like to me, but then it comes off as I have inside information. We hear it all the time. Don't be scared. There's nothing that we can do except for be prepared. We need to be in a position to where when something happens, worldwide it happens, or local or something like that, that we can see it, determine what we need to do, and then react. Not, oh no, there's something going on. I got to go to the store and get bread. I got to go to the store and get freedom seeds or anything like that. A lot of people are saying, well, I'm not going to prep no more. Donald Trump's the president. Why was you prepping in the first place? You still may have a SHTF event that does not involve a worldwide event. You could lose your job, you could get injured, anything could happen, right? A kid gets sick. We've all been there. Maybe you missed a day of work last week. Well, this week your tire blew out. Y'all all know tires now are expensive. I gotta get some for my ton truck. 6 tires, that's pretty expensive. But you understand what I'm saying. If you was only prepping because you thought Biden was going to end the world and you're going to stop now, why stop? You still need to focus on what's going on around us, because something could happen in your personal life that you can look at your preps and be like, all right, I'm good for a little while, right? I'm good. I don't have to worry. I lost my job. Oh, well, I got food over here. I've got extra clothing. I've got heat. I've got ways to cook it. I've got ways to get through this, right? Now, I know every American's not in a position to full on prep out, and have everything they need for any moment. But a little extra food, a little extra a little extra food, a little extra water, and a little extra money in your wallet will help you in the long run. Don't go broke prepping. Don't. Do the best that you can do, and that's all you can do. Some people say, well, I can't afford to prep. And I'm like, all right, do you eat out? Well, yeah, I eat out once a week. How much it cost you? About 10, 15, $20. Take that money and go put it in some preps. But these channels on here now, they're digging. They're grasping for everything they can grasp for to keep people interested, right? Because a lot of people thought this election was going to go the other way, and by now we would be Mad Maxing it, right? That's what a lot of people was thinking, and it didn't happen. They're sitting back like, all right, I'm good. I don't have to worry about nothing. You still need to prep. Something could still happen. I'm very shocked that nobody's really protesting that much. You're having a little here and there, but you're not having what I thought would happen compared to the 2020 election. It's just got to the point of where I hope people are realizing this is a show. This is a world show that we're all tuned in and watching, right? If Trump comes in and makes peace over in Ukraine, I'm going to tell you how this is going to happen the way I think it'll happen. He'll let Russia keep to the river, and we will have to somehow financially give Ukraine something. They'll need something. They'll need concessions, right? Now, I agree with we're not going to send you no more weapons. If the European countries want you fighting this war, they need to furnish what you need, because they're right there. It's on their doorstep, not ours. The Israel, Hamas, Iran, that whole ordeal, I don't understand why that thing hasn't went biblical yet. And you understand what I mean, why it hasn't went just full-blown craziness over there. It's almost like a show, right? Like, well, they're trying to keep us interested in it, just enough to keep us interested in it. But eventually something's going to happen. It does not have to be a nuclear bomb. It does not have to be a terrorist attack. Something in your life will eventually happen. You'll either get sick, you'll get hurt, your car will tear, something will happen where the more stuff that you have prepped up, it's less of a burden on you when something does happen. You're not going to sit there and worry about this, that, or that. Now, a lot of people think our bills are fixing to become super cheap, right? Trump's coming in, he's going to tariff all these countries, and we're going to have all this extra money in our pocket. Our groceries, I hope he gets them down. Don't get me wrong, 25 cents on the dollar would be awesome if he could get it dropped that much, but we are still paying more than we were in 2020. Some people, well, that's life, that's inflation. Our inflation's went really high in the past 4 years. Every penny you save is a little bit better, but we're paying more out, right? We're just going to have to wait and see. And we need Donald Trump to go in there and do what he says. We need him to do what he says. We need to quit looking at him as this high figure that whatever he says he's going to get done. You've got to understand everything cannot get done that he says he's going to do. Day one, I would love to see a mass deportation of illegals. Is it going to happen? Possibly, but you know it's going to wind up in court. I also would like to see, we're not going to fund Ukraine no more. We're not going to fund Israel. We're going to keep doing that, especially Israel, right? So, guys, anything could happen at any moment. There's no need to sit around and be scared and be panicked about it the way a lot of the channels are coming on here every day telling you, I've got inside information. This is going to happen. That's going to happen. It could or it couldn't. Just be prepared to the best of your ability. Even if it's, I just got a 12-pack of water sitting over, that's all I got. It's better than nothing, right? Honestly, it is. And for the ones who says they're going to quit prepping now because Donald Trump's, in office, okay, do what you want to do. You do you. But you got to understand, SHTF does not mean the nukes are in the air. It means anything could happen to yourself, your home, anything, right? Tornado, weather, we all know that. Let me know your thoughts on this video. Keep your head on a swivel. Be aware of surroundings all the time. Protect yourself and your family at all times. At that moment, you're the only person can do it. For the ones who are still here at 10 minutes and 18 seconds, the old ton truck did good yesterday. If you didn't go watch the short, it's the first time I drove it off the mountain a couple months, honestly. It done good. Going to get a set of tires for it. It's like riding an old wagon. If anybody's ever drove an old truck like it, it's manual steering, manual brakes, no power, nothing. And the tires are supposed to be round, right? But it has set, and don't get drove a lot. When you do drive it, it's like clump, clump, clump. You'll bounce like this. The shocks blew out on it. So it makes for an interesting ride, but I love that old truck. That thing gets you where you want to go. Still trying to get my mom to do a video. I'm going to talk to her again when I go Friday to see her, see if she wants to do one. It won't be up Friday night, but I'll try to record one this weekend maybe with her if she'll do it. All the ones that's in the path of this storms that's coming through Alabama tonight, stay safe. We've already got some high winds here. They're not like tornadic or hurricane winds, but if you got a hunting blind or something like that, make sure it's tied down real good. You run out of time because it's supposed to come through tonight here in northeast Alabama. You guys stay safe, keep prepping. If you're still watching, thank you, and thank you for everyone who comments.